Brought to you by the BYD Shark 6 Madge Bands TV crew from training. Crawls.
Yeah, well, Madge loves playing mind games, doesn't he? So he's up there today, apparently, and he tried to turn it into State of Origin and told them they could get a little bit of vision at the start of the session, and there was a bit of a blow-up, I imagine, from the local media.
Is this a big deal or what? I mean, I don't mind this.
No, I mean, Madge, everything he's touching at the moment's turned to gold, so I've got no issue with him doing it. I mean, I'm sure they'll lift the ban next week and it'll be.
You support him banning the media?
No, I'm not actually. Now I think about it, no, I'm not actually. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I do. I think it's good.
Yeah, why?
Well, he did it in Origin.
Mate, we're the conduits to the fans, Bray.
Yeah, but it's one of their last sessions.
Come on, man. It's an open field. It's a public ground.
You don't need to give all access, do you?
It's public ground, mate.
Is it public ground?
It's not uncommon for us to be told, all right, you need to leave venues and stop recording and things like that. But if it's an open ground, like I remember, like New South Wales training at Coogee Oval, sometimes they kick the media up, but you can stand in the street and watch.
Yeah. I think the issue is there that club, forever and a day, ever since Wayne was there, it's always been open. When Siebes was there, Kevy was there, it was open. And Madge has closed it down this year. They're not used to it up there.
Do you think he would do it for a reason? Do you think that there's something he wants
I think it's
no one
all
to
year,
see,
Cross.
like Ezra Mann or...
It's been all year. It's been all year that this shift in procedure, as Reedy said, it used to be an open door policy at Brisbane, but Madge has implemented the way most Sydney clubs operate. So it's not something that's new this week. The media ban's new, but not sort of locking media out of training sessions.
So it's not about pressure. It's not about, semi-final week, prelim game. He's changing, paranoid, nothing like that.
No, he does love circling the wagon, so Madge, doesn't he? And, a bit of a chip on the shoulder, but I can't imagine it, Braith. I mean, they're going pretty good at the moment. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game.
And they do have big ins, right?
Yeah.
So you got Reynolds and Mam, and they've got to shift there and key positions. And most coaches, I'd say the majority of clubs, don't want to give too much away.
Calls might be right that they want to keep some things under wraps, but
because they'll probably play a bit differently from the last time Adam Reynolds was playing,
That's what I mean.
right? Because of the way Reese Walsh has emerged, Ben Hunt back to 6, and how they're going to use exactly Ezra off the bench.
All right, now, Jared Hayne, Ben Barber, they got on hot streaks throughout the season, and we're seeing one right now, Reese Walsh. Can he continue this hot streak like those two that I just mentioned and take this team all the way?
Well, I've got no doubt he can, Braith. No doubt at all. I mean, I said you have to be in the top 4 to win the comp. They finished in the top 4, so they're still alive in my rankings. And the way he's playing, he wins games single-handedly.
So Penrith and Cronulla are gone.
Well, I've said that already. I've said that all year, mate.
They are in the top 4 now.
He has said that all year.
Yeah, I've said that all year. They're not in the top 4 now. The top 4 is done and dusted.
Well, they're the 4 remaining top sides. So.
Yeah, but they're not in the top 4. You've got to finish in the top 4.
You've already got your grand final. It's Melbourne and Sharks. No, sorry.
It's got to be Melbourne-Brisbane, doesn't it?
Melbourne-Brisbane, sorry.
But, mate, the way he's playing, Braith, we saw him in Canberra 2 weeks ago. I mean, he was unbelievable in that 20 minutes. To level that game in the second half. Mick and I watched it again today, and some of the things he can do, he is a freak.
It does remind you of Hayne. 2009,
and
the end of that season, and Barber in, what was that, 2012. The thing about both of them, they carried him to the grand final, but neither won. But this is Hayne. He was so great.
Yeah, just
that season, he just cut them apart. I think they got beaten in the last round by the Dragons, who were the minor premiers, I think, and then Parramatta beat him in the next game.
What it does highlight, when you look at Barber and the run he was on, you look at Jared Hayne and the run he was on, and they just fell short. It does kind of highlight that one player really can't carry you all the way to victory. I'm sure it's happened in the past at some point, but it's very difficult for one guy to just get on a hot streak and just carry the team all the way to the grand final against the best teams in the competition.
I feel like, unlike some of these other sides, that Reese Walsh has players that can't match him, but can almost get to. Like if Ezra runs hot, right? Tony Staggs runs hot. So I think that's the difference between Reese Walsh and these Broncos side compared to some of these other. Like Jared Hayne was a one-man band.
I'm not for a second saying that the Broncos are a one-man band.
No, of course.
Or that they just rely on him. They're a much more formidable team and have some X factor really all across the park. So, but he has been brilliant. Now, could the game define the legacies of Adam Reynolds and Ben Hunt?
I think it can. I think it can, definitely. Like, if you go through the individual careers here, so Adam Reynolds won a premiership as a 24-year-old in 2014, but since then, He lost 2021 at South Sydney and he missed that vital goal near the end of the game that could have locked the scores. And in 2023, they were home for all money in that game. And any way you look at it, Adam lost control of the game and Cleary grabbed hold of it. With Ben Hunt, the 2015 grand final, it's arguably the greatest grand final of all time. And the memory you take out of it is Ben Hunt dropping the ball.
I think everyone remembers this moment. You got to feel sorry for it.
You do. And then 7 seasons at the Dragons followed that. And in 7 seasons, he made the finals once in 2018. And then you go to this year, and yes, they won in week 1 of the finals. But, you know, he lands the match-winning field goal. Prior to that, he had a pretty ordinary game. In fact, I'd say it was almost a shocker.
I think it's more important for Ben Hunt because, as you pointed out, Crawls, Adam's won a comp. Ben hasn't. And I think that's the key, right? I think, you know, Adam's not perhaps under as much pressure from a legacy perspective because of what he did at South, the 2014 Premiership, what it meant for that club, whilst Ben doesn't have it yet. And that's the grand final memory everyone's got of Ben Hunt. So I think in terms of legacy, this game, this week and next week means if they get there, means a lot more to Ben Hunt.
Gordon's mentioned it previously, though, in respect to Adam's 2014 grand final and taking nothing away from the part he played in that. But at that time of his career, you had Sam Burgess, you had Greg English, you had John Sutton. Like, they were the dominant forces in that team.
He's still got a ring, though.
He sure does. He sure does, and you don't take that away. Yeah. But as a leader, he was the skipper of South. And he was the skipper of the Broncos. And it's just in that respect, these two guys will go down as among the great halfbacks of their generations. But the lasting legacy, people look back at premierships.
Yeah, I'd argue, Crawls, that Adam Reynolds needs to walk away with 2 premierships to go down as a great of his generation. And for mine, Ben Hunt's probably not there without a premiership. So I think you're right for both those players. They need to walk away with a premiership ring for different reasons.
Now, the Broncos, no Patrick Carrigan suspended. Billy Walters out with injury. Have we overlooked or underestimated the losses of these two? Not much has been spoken about it.
I think Paddy is a huge loss for him, Paddy Carrigan. I think they've named Tyson Smoothie at lock. I mean, you know, with due respect to Tyson Smoothie, he's not Pat Carrigan. And I think that's a huge out for Brisbane. I think that's been a little bit overlooked and underestimated. Billy's been playing great footy, but they've got Ezra Mam and Ben Hunt who can play where Billy was playing the 6 jersey. So I think they've got cover for him. But Pat Carrigan's a huge out for the Broncos. Yeah,
obviously with Billy Walters, it's offset by the fact that Ezra and Adam are back now, right? But you look at Pat Carrigan, well, the best comparison is probably on the opposite side. It's Isaiah Yeo. Yeah. If he's out for Penrith, what are we talking about all week? Yeah. So I feel like it has totally been understated, his importance to that side, his link man ability in the middle, the foil for Payne Haas. Now it's all on Payne Haas's shoulders to control that middle.